How to make a little zipper bag like this one. It's pretty simple to make. You can move your zipper wherever you want on the bag. This one took me maybe 10 minutes to make, and in the video I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm even going to show you my boo-boos that I made so you can see how to fix those if you make those same errors. Stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy watching. Thank you. Bye. Hey guys, it's Melissa. I'm going to do a little recording today because I am going to make a little zipper pouch. And let's bring you down here so you can see what I'm doing. What I'm doing today is I'm going to make a zipper pouch out of some leftover fabric. I have already started putting my pieces together. And what I have is an 8 by 15 inch piece for the lining, an 8 by 15 inch piece for the inside, and then I have a little bit of leftover fabric from this fat quarter. So I'm going to fold that over and use it to make myself a handle for my little bag. And this purple fabric is a Dan Morris print from 2018 for qtfabrics.com. I like the name of the company. And here's the fabric for the lining. And what we're going to do here is we are going to make a zipper for this pouch. And I'm just going to use this plain white one because that's what I've got on hand real quick. And it's a nylon zipper. I am going to cut this to the proper length for the outside piece. And as you can tell, I've added fusible interfacing to the inside. And actually, I'm not going to cut this until I am ready to bring it down to the length I need. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of clips here, and I'm going to clip the zipper to the right side of the fabric. And the way you determine which way your zipper goes is you lay your zipper down as you want it to be when you get done with it. So this is my outside fabric. I'm going to lay my zipper down with the zipper pull facing up at the top of the fabric. And then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to clip it to my fabric so that it doesn't move. You could use pins here. I just happen to like clips better. And then we are going to put a little stitch right down through here. I'm going to start stitching on the edge of the fabric outside. Got to get my stitch length down to something that will move here. Trying to give myself about 1/4 of an inch. Cut that. And then we're going to flip the zipper over here so that it is underneath. Okay. I just want to make sure that it will lay where I want it to lay. And then I'm going to line my lining fabric up right along that same top edge. Make sure that it's even with the other fabric. Clip it again. You could do these at the same time. I usually do. Just thought it might be easier to show you guys how to do that. One step at a time. Okay. I got my stitch length on about a 2. Got my stitch length on about a 2. And I don't know what it's doing. I think I'm out of bobbin thread. Nope. It just wants to act up today. Okay. Breathe. I've got my stitch length on it too. I'm just going to sew right across here, using my fingers to keep everything together. Keep it all lined up. There you go. Now I'm going to flip this over. And if you're making bags, you want to keep your lining out of the way of this next stitch. But since I'm just doing a zippered pouch, I'll go ahead and make sure that the lining is down in there. Use my iron real quick. It's a nylon zipper, so you can't put heat on it for long. It's probably a better idea not to put heat on it at all. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to top stitch right along here. Just so that that's all laid down right where I want it. Okay, so now I've top stitched that section. And then I'm going to bring the outside piece up to the zipper. Excuse me. Put a clip there. Put a clip over here. I'm trying to keep my edges all lined up. Not a big deal. Then I'll turn it over and I will bring my lining piece up. Once again, keeping my edges all lined up. Bring it up all the way to the edge there. Here, clip it all together. Okay. This is really easy to do, but you've got to make sure that you've done your folding properly. I'm using my fingers as pens to keep everything right where they're supposed to be. Okay. Now that we've got that all done, I'm gonna reach in here, find my zipper pull. It's inside my outer lining. And now we just turn it. So that everything is inside out. Edit this. Stop editing. Come back to me. Okay, so now that I've got my bag turned right side out, what what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold all this down, and I'm going to top stitch this part of the zipper. This is a really good reason for leaving your zipper longer until you're ready, because all of your tabs and tags are out of your way. And then I'm going to top stitch. I'm just making sure that everything is laid where it needs to be. Okay. So that's all top stitched. I'm going to zip it. And then I'm going to decide if I want the zipper at the top of my bag or if I want the zipper to appear somewhere else on the bag. And I do have that little bit of fusible fleece in there, so it'll give it a little more shape, depending on what I want to do with it. And I think I kind of like the idea of having the zipper a little way down the front, just like that. I'm going to give it a quick press, just so I can see the location whenever I turn it right back out. And I'm going to turn it back out, keeping in mind where I want that zipper to sit. Which was about there. I'm going to make sure everything is all pressed and nice and laying flat. Okay. And then here's my little piece of fabric. What I did was I folded it in half, ironed it down, folded it in half again. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch down both sides of this. Doing just about 1/8 of an inch all the way down. And then I need to decide how long do I want this handle to be. I think that what I want is I want the handle to be all the way across the top. So I'm going to put this inside of my bag. And I'm going to clip it into place. There. And then we're going to put the rest of this inside the bag without twisting the handle. You can't see what I'm doing, but that's what I'm doing, is checking to make sure the handle's not twisted. You make sure it's laid down flat across here. And I'm going to clip it into place. And before I start sewing my sides, I'm I'm going to make sure that my top part up here is even. And I'm going to make sure that my zipper is at least halfway open. Because I need to be able to reach inside the bag once we're done sewing it. So there's halfway. Everything is lined up. Clip here. I did an extra clip over here to make sure it all stays where we want it. Because I definitely want that zipper to be able to zip when we're finished. Here, here. Apparently I cut my little piece there a little bit. Wider than the rest of the bag. Okay, and now that you've got everything clipped together, we're going to go down here and we're going to sew. Because this is a nylon zipper, I can sew over it with my regular sewing machine needle. But I am going to go back and forth over it a couple of times just to make sure that the zipper is secure in the bag. There's one side, and here's the other one. Do the same thing here. And I am back stitching near the start and stop of each stitch. And remember that there is fusible fleece on the back of the pink fabric. I'm also back stitching over the handle there. Now that the hard part is done, which is all the sewing, I'm going to come down this edge and I'm going to trim a little bit out from my stitch line. Take a little clip at the corner. Do not snip your stitching. All you're doing there is just making that corner stand up a little bit better. And then I'm going to go down through here. Okay. That's all my scraps I've cut off, including my scraps of my zipper. I'm going to reach inside my bag and finish unzipping it. I didn't want to unzip it all the way while I was stitching because I didn't want to accidentally put that zipper pull outside the other seam of my bag. And then we just turn it right side out. And pushing out my corners to make sure they're all pretty. Here's our little zipper bag, all finished and complete. Got a thread I've got to snip there. Not a big deal. I can use this zipper bag for a little bit of everything. I will probably end up using it for something in my sewing room, or one of the grandkids will claim it when they show up. And my little handle is up there, so I have it, so I can hang it up on something if I want to. So that's how you make a little zipper bag for yourself. You can use it to make any kind of pouch that you want to make. And if you really want to get fancy, you can take a little piece of the fabric that you've used, and tie it through your zipper pull as a little tassel. We'll find out if I can do that today. And now I've got a tassel on my little bag. How's that? Okay, cut. Hey guys, it's Melissa. Today I'm going to show you